And we're back with more exciting adventures of the Incredible Hokes. I'm Chris.
I am Mark.
And we have been busy. So we haven't done an Incredible Hokes in a while. Plus, I really think I should invest in a webcam or something because we have a little tripod that sits on a little camera. It's effective and it looks better, but
Yeah.
I think one of these days I need to spend the money and get a nice webcam that shoots 4K. What do you guys say?
Well, just the Incredible Hoax is all about, improving and modernization,
Right, with a spinning image of modernization.
This is the guy that, had a razor for 12 years. So.
Daniel Day-Lewis did too. So you're in good company.
Hey,
Remember? I showed you that.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
So, we've not checked in on football. I've done some solo videos. Actually, I haven't done my solo video where I talk about my disdain for football. I did more of like the State of the Titans type stuff.
Yeah.
So where are you at with the National Football League now that the Patriots have won their 6th goddamn Super Bowl and we can't take it anymore?
It's like an enthusiasm gap I'm feeling. A lot of just... the last 5 years, it just feels like as an NFL fan, we've been put through the ringer. We've had the Ray Rice scandal and the poor handling, Deflategate. The Patriots just keep being perennial Super Bowl participants. And then we got then the whole national anthem and the politics just being forced on us. It just wears you out after a while. It's like my franchises aren't winning or not winning enough, and then my safe harbor on a Sunday to escape from politics for at least 3 hours has been totally overrun now. No thanks to Roger Goodell. So just after a while it wears on you. So I'm not as enthusiastic about the NFL now.
But are you in or out with it? Come next September when the regular season starts.
I would say in, but it's a very lukewarm in. How's that?
Okay. I'm out. If you follow me on my own social media, you know that I've said as much, and you and I talked about it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm done. My franchise can't get over the hump. I've spent how many fucking years watching to get over the humps.
All your adult life going into your teens.
In my teenage year, pretty much my entire teenage years until the age of 40. So say like 12 to 42. So 30 years.
Yeah.
So 30 years of that shit. And then you said it best in the Super Bowl. And my business partner is a diehard Patriots fan. And I recognize that the Patriots are the GOAT. Brady's the GOAT.
Yep.
Greatest football player to ever live.
Yep.
Belichick's the greatest coach to ever live.
Yep.
All the props that are due. Having said that, you said the greatest analogy. I'm going to say it for you.
Go ahead.
This was him. The Patriots are like when you're a kid and you're like, say, 5th grade, and you're playing with your friends of other 5th graders, and all of a sudden the junior from the high school that plays on the varsity football team comes along and starts just taking the ball and slinging it and hitting you and knocking you over.
Yeah.
And that fun you're having with your other classmates, it's over. It's gone. Right. He's just run the game, and you just slowly just dissolve and you fizzle out. And then all the other 5th junior kids show up, and then next thing you know, you're not even playing anymore.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with the Patriots. There is no hope to be a Lions fan, Titans fan, Browns fan. There's no hope. There is no parity. Parity is a myth.
Right.
Still, at this day and age, close to 40% of the teams have never won a Super Bowl. Parity is a myth. It doesn't exist. There's no hope. No matter what changes my team makes, it's always the same results. And I understand the whole concept of, we'll just get better. We'll just beat my team. If you want to beat Brady, you just need to beat Brady. Right. I understand that, and I agree with it. But hear me. It's an entertainment product. It's for my enjoyment.
Right.
I have no desire to see it through. I have no desire. I have no desire to be tenacious and stick-to-itive. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. It's supposed to entertain me. I'm not entertained. I'm done. I'll apply my stick-to-itiveness in my own personal life and just call it done.
I'm reminded of baseball also because the Yankees, especially this George Steinbrenner, he was the owner for many years, and he would just outspend people. He'd go out and get the best free agents.
Yeah.
And if you're, these smaller franchises, Pittsburgh Pirates or Milwaukee Brewers, these kind of smaller franchises, you had no shot. No shot at all. And then the Yankees were, playoff perennials, World Series. They've won 30 of them. It's a lot. It's either at or near 30. So that's a lot. And if you're the other teams, you just after a while you're like, it is an entertainment thing, and you're watching, and you'd like to have a shot. It's like
there's no enjoyment.
The analogy: you're a fifth grader and you're playing with your other buddies. And at first, here comes the 11th grader, and he's dominant. And it's kind of fun at first, but after about 30 minutes, you're like, I wish this guy would leave so we get back to enjoying this game. And I've kind of feel that way with NFL. It's like, this has been fun, but for the good of the NFL, Belichick and Brady retiring like tomorrow would be the best news for 31 teams.
Oh, I'd be reinvigorated.
Totally. Thank God. Now somebody else has a chance, because it's not that they're not outspending in everybody, but whatever the salary cap code that they needed to break, they broke it. They figured it out how to win, and over, year in and year out, how to beat the salary cap. So no amount of money that Daniel Snyder of the Redskins or Jerry Jones of the Cowboys can spend means anything. Clearly, there's something else to it. So you just want them to okay, you've cracked the code. We need a new formula, and let's reset. And the NFL does need to reset. And hopefully with that, the CBA coming up, the collective bargaining agreement coming up in next year or in 2 years, something like that soon. That is a good opportunity to kind of reset this thing, because it's not working.
Here's the deal, not to just beat up on the Patriots, but it's all of the elite teams. That the Colts have Peyton Manning, so how many fucking years of living through that hell.
Right.
Then they immediately get Andrew Luck, so a whole new fresh hell.
Right.
And then Andrew Luck's injured for a year. And he comes back, and I'm like, and they had the worst offensive line, and they had Andrew Luck beaten. I'm like, okay, this is the year we beat Andrew Luck, and we have a shot. No, all of a sudden, he's like the greatest offensive line of all time, and he's just a world beater again, like he never missed a game. I'm like, okay, I quit. And like he has a whole new offense, and he's just,
that kind of 1 year turnaround. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
I'm out. I mean, I can't stress this enough, because this is the kind of argument you always get back. Well, your team just needs to do better. It's an entertainment product. Right. I don't need this. This is voluntary.
Yeah.
I don't need to apply stick-to-itiveness and tenacity to an entertainment product.
Right.
I'll just be tenacious and stick-to-itive with work, with home, with personal goals. When it comes to entertainment, if I'm not getting delivered, if you watched every fucking movie and the bad guy won, would you keep watching movies?
Of course not.
I rest my case. It's all of it. The elite teams, the haves keep having, and the knots keep knotting.
Well, just like any other product, it's not the collective experience that people go for. It's the personal experience.
Yeah.
What it might mean to another person, our neighbor, for example, what they get out of NFL might be different than me and you.
Right.
And so, in that regard, if you're in an arcade and you're playing pinball machine, well, what I get out of that playing the pinball versus the guy next to me, it's a total different experience.
Sure.
Well, if I keep losing on this, like, you know what, I put enough quarters in this damn machine. I'm done.
Moving on.
I stop. Well, if this guy, and he keeps winning, and he really loves it, he's going to keep pumping quarters.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where we are. It's like, I put enough in this arcade. I'm getting close to being where you are. Is totally the guy who leaves the arcade and says, y'all can take somebody else's money.
Here's the deal. Conservatively, I estimated my total time spent in 2018 with football and football-related stuff at 8 full days. 8 full days. That's over a week. So I had less than 51 weeks rest of the year to do all the other stuff because I spent over a full week on just football. You know, I'm a small business owner and I've got a family. Just think what I could have done with that 8 days with my small business or the family or any other personal goal I might have had. I am just flat out done. I mean, I'm just done. It's away. Here's my deal. This is what I've said. If my Titans or the Cowboys get in the playoffs, I'll watch the playoffs. As soon as they're out of the playoffs, I'm done with the playoffs. Then the Super Bowl comes. Yes, that's one night, a cultural event. I would watch it the way I would probably watch any other sort of like big television event. Other than, but the
right.
This complete like buy-in to the NFL product is over for me. It is over. I can't get it out of my life quick enough.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
I can't wait to cancel my Sunday ticket. I just need to call them one day and do. I've deleted them all of my social. I don't have any football. Even like the personalities, like the what's her name, like what's her name, Marissa something Thompson, the hot blonde, and like
Clarissa Thompson.
Clarissa.
I think it's
Charissa Thompson.
Is it Charissa? I'm sorry.
The tall blonde.
Okay.
I don't even follow the personalities like on Instagram
Okay.
and Twitter and stuff. I used to follow the personalities too. Like I would see like Amber Theo Harris's Instagram. I would see
Right.
the Twitter from Adam Schefter and stuff.
Yeah.
I deleted all that. It's all gone. Even the hot chicks, they're all gone.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's important to know this is a contrast too because, 16, 17 years ago, you were into it. You were even ran a fantasy football for a year or two.
Yeah.
So there was a point where me and you both were way more fired
Heavily
up.
invested.
It was so invested in this. So a lot of what we're saying tonight is this is really an indictment of where the NFL has gone off the rails to take people who are that much in your corner and loved your product and now to be disinterested going at this point. That tells you your leadership is poor.
Goodell's a travesty.
He has really run this, off the grid, man. He really has.
I can't get it out of my life fast enough. I debate whether to take down, like I still have my Titan flag up over here and a Titan sign up over there. I debate taking that stuff down. I'd probably just leave it just because it's just part of the
Well, look at
decor.
me. People are looking right now, but you haven't commented on it, but it's a subtle thing, but for 25 years, if I was wearing a hat, it was a Cowboys hat. I'm wearing this whatever hat I got at Academy.
Yeah,
The Carhartt.
Carhartt hat.
Yeah, Carhartt, yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to, every year, I would go buy me a Cowboys
Yeah,
hat.
you would. You'd have a new hat for every season.
And I quit doing that 5 years ago because it's like, what's the point?
I don't think we're alone. I think there's more of us now. Whether they pull the trigger and be done or not, I don't know. I don't think I'm in any majority position at all. I think I am in a minority that says, "Okay, I'm done. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm out." But I think there's plenty of people frustrated. You can't tell me you're a Lions fan and you're like, "Gee, I love the NFL product." You can't tell me. You can't convince me any Lions fan enjoys the NFL. No Titans fan does. No Browns fan can possibly love the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Miami. The Jets. These teams love the NFL?
Yeah, if you're
Doubtful.
If you're in the AFC East and your team is not New England Patriots, you're just like, we just don't have a shot. And they've been terrible for years.
I'm literally surprised there isn't like violence and things. Like people getting so mad they egg the bus or they somebody like throws a brick through a window at like the Patriots headquarters, or there's like some sort of violent incident at like an NFL headquarters or like at the Browns, wherever the Browns corporate headquarters is, that somebody throws. You know what I'm saying? Like when the Saints lost the way they did, I was really shocked there wasn't violence, and I was really expecting there to be.
Yeah, there was a lawsuit, but there was no violence.
I really
know
because that's how. I mean, I'm not condoning it. It's shameful. I'm not condoning. Don't misunderstand. I'm not condoning it.
Right.
I'm just kind of shocked there hasn't been.
Yeah, that there hasn't been there hasn't been these big riots or anything like that. God forbid that we get to that point, but we're talking about there is
People invest a lot into
feeling amongst fans that this is not the same NFL that it used to be, and it's just not as interesting as a product. It's not as competitive anymore. It's just something off. Things like, and we hadn't even got into the rules changes and what's a penalty and what's a catch. There are things like that that wears you out too.
It's when you like erosion.
Exactly. When you're like, oh, he caught it. All right, it's first and goal at the 1. Oh, we're arguing
Dez, yeah.
The whole Dez thing. Oh, he didn't catch it at all. Like, what?
How's it feel that Romo, didn't get a shot to that last shot to take it to the Super Bowl, and he's out on his ass. But then you see the Eagles. They keep
Right.
the Eagles keep two premier quarterbacks, and they're in the thick of it and win one Super Bowl. Imagine if the Cowboys had kept two premier guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's hopeless. It's hopeless. That's my
Right.
point. That's the lesson. That's the moral of the story, folks. I'm delivering a message of hopelessness. I want you to join me in this. Yeah, I'm the opposite of most bearers of new news.
So yeah,
I bring a message
we've done
of
kind of
hopelessness.
I guess we're talking about fan erosion in the NFL. Like I said, I'm in lukewarmly by the most tiniest of threads.
I'm out with vigor. You're in lukewarmly. I'm
Very
out.
lukewarm.
I'm out with vigor. I'm out with passion.
Yeah.
I'm passionately out.
Yeah. Well, if things don't change, I could totally see myself going, that's it. I'm at that point where it's like that one last thing happens. It's like you don't want to do that, NFL. I'm like I am ready to walk. So think like that one last thing. It's like, I'm done.
I just think of all the things it could do on a Sunday. Think about it. That's not like 9 hours of a Sunday, right?
Right.
If you watch the noon game, the 3 game, and the night game, that's 9 hours minimum.
Yeah.
That's 9 hours.
And I used to watch all the pregame stuff. I hadn't done that in years. I just got.
Yeah, me both.
I
It's
just stopped it.
All the talking over each other and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, think about it. If you had 9 hours back on your Sunday, like you can do a lot. I mean, if you just worked at $10 an hour, that's 90 extra bucks. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The moral of the story is that lawn don't mow itself.
Well, you could prove yourself, not just like chores, but like, what could you do better for yourself? I mean, I could go shooting.
Yeah.
I could go work on the business. I could do those little things that never get done with your business.
Sure.
There's always those dirty corners of every business that you don't get done.
Well, I'm always telling myself I need to do more day trips. When we were kids, our parents used to take us on day trips. And we didn't have to spend a lot of money, but we really enjoyed those. So I'm kind of wanting to get back to that. Well, give me a Sunday back, boy. I'm gonna off to Austin I go.
Yeah, and plus there's all kinds of well, we can go on a whole other time there. Well, speaking of being done with something, Matthew.